ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. Reading from Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 1, text number 14. तथा श्वेतैर्हयैर्युक्ते महती स्यन्दने स्थितौ माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यौ शङ्खौ प्रदद्मतो. On the other side, both Lord Krishna and Arjuna, stationed on a great chariot drawn by white horses, sounded their transcendental conch shell. Purport. In contrast with the conch shells blown by Bhishma Dev, the conch shells in the hands of Krishna and Arjuna are described as transcendental. The sounding of transcendental conch shell indicated that there were no hope of victory for the other side because Krishna was on the side of Pandavas. Jayastu Panduputranam Yesham Pakshajana. Victory is always Victory is always with persons like the sons of Pandu, because Lord Krishna is associated with them. And whenever and wherever the Lord is present, the goddess of fortune is also there, because the goddess of fortune never lives alone without her husband. Therefore, victory and fortune were awaiting Arjuna, as indicated by the transcendental sound produced by the conch shells of Vishnu or Lord Krishna. Besides that, the chariot on which both the friends were seated had been donated by Agni, the fire god, to Arjuna, and this indicates that this chariot was capable of conquering all sides wherever it was drawn out of over the three worlds. Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकधामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवशरी गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरु दीनतारिणम्. हरे कृष्ण. So we'll continue the session based on the place where we left on Saturday. Shilpa Mataji was asking a question. Let me explain that, and then Amma, if you need any further info to be added, let me know. You can speak and then add. So the question is, please hear attentive. Question is, Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, He comes in His various forms. There's Guna Avataras, Leela Avataras, Purusha Avataras, Shakta Avataras. Srila Prabhupada is a Shaktavesh avatar. Vyasdev is also Shaktavesh avatar. So Ramanujacharya, Shaktavesh avatar. So these are all these personalities, they come. Now they have different moods. They have, Vyasdev mood is one, Srila Prabhupada's mood is one, Ramanujacharya's mood is one, and Parshuram came, his mood is one. Lord Ramachandra came, his mood is one. Narsimhadev came, his mood is one. They are Leela avatars, right? So there are different incarnations of the same Supreme Personality of Godhead. He manifests himself in different forms. So how do we understand these these forms? Do they use their own free will based on the need, time, place, circumstances? What do we understand? Is that the question? So, dear devotees, it is important to understand how the Lord is coming, why is he coming, what is the purpose, why are we here? Huh? How come, how Srila Prabhupada came? What did he do? What did Vyasdev did? These are all important to understand. Why, dear devotees? Because if we do not understand that, then we don't understand the gravity of the process which we've been given. We don't understand who this person is, who our acharyas are, why should we glorify them, why should we constantly serve the spiritual master, why should we always under their association, under their shelter, why should we do all of these things? So see, when Ramanujacharya came, or when Shankaracharya, he also came. He's an incarnation. He's Lord Shiva's expansion. So what are they all doing? Every person has their own, every person has a service to do. So what did Vyasadeva did? Vyasadeva, he wrote Vedas, Upanishads, and then eventually he was not happy. Now that question of eventually he was not happy, we need to understand that. So when we assess a person, when we try to see a person, when we try to understand him, what he did, through that we learn so many lessons. So a question will come, why did Vyasadeva was not happy? What was the problem? Why he was kept in that state? What is the reason for that? Or he wrote Vedas, Upanishads, all of those things. That means it's very interesting. The person who's actually written, he's not happy. What to speak of persons who are reading that or trying to understand that? Do they ever be happy in their lives? A person who wrote, he's telling, I'm not happy because there is no personal touch to that. The Vedas, the Upanishads, they represent the surface level activities. Please try to understand. So when Vyasa was actually denoting that, his heart was not happy because he was not connecting to the Lord. Now, by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, we've been given this process of chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. That means exactly the same thing will happen if we do the chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra to the core of the heart, then the jiva will be naturally satisfied. But when the jiva is not doing to the core of the heart, then the response to the jiva, we will not receive. Because the state of consciousness is different. Exactly, Vyasadeva, when he had a problem, he meditated on his spiritual master and then Narada Muni came. Now, what did Narada Muni did? What did Narada Muni did? He said, all of these things you have written, that's okay. But they do not give satisfaction because you never discuss Lord, especially Lord's devotees. If you see Bhagavad Gita, which we are discussing, the focus is more towards the Lord. That means his energy, his opulence, his strength, what can he do, what is his creation, how this creation has been made, then what is the spiritual world, and how a jiva can go to that place, why the jiva has to go to that place. These details are given. But if you go into the Bhagavatam, the details of a devotee is also given. So Narada Muni immediately told, because you never discussed the Lord and his associates. Because all the Puranas, Upanishads, they don't deal about that. So the moment you do that, then the happiness will come. Now this is where we need to pause. Where we need to pause at this juncture. The moment you remember Vyasadeva, this should come into our consciousness. Are personalities like Vyasadeva, they were not happy. How can I be happy? This question one should come. One should in one's heart. It should come. If he cannot be happy, I cannot be happy too. Because Krishna consciousness means, dear devotee, you don't have to invent new things. You have to see, perceive, understand, apply, and realize. See, perceive, understand, apply, and realize. When we do these things, we are not creating new. We are just trying to see what these personalities have done. Now let's see the life of Srila Prabhupada. His mission is different. The way he came is different. The way Vyasadeva came is different. His intention was what? To actually establish that. What are they establishing? Bhagavatam, the primary essence of everything. Amala Purana. That is his purpose. Vyasadeva came for that only. A lot of people will say, as they wrote that, this so many other things. No. The core purpose of Vyasadeva coming is to give Bhagavatam. Please understand this. And he's proving again that none of the other things will work. Only Bhagavatam works. Because none of the other things they deal on the energy of the Lord, they don't directly deal on the heart of the Lord. For example, I'll tell something. Let's say you went to Niagara Falls. What do you see? You see waterfalls, right? Huge waterfalls. It gives some happiness. Oh, what is that? What does that represent? It represents the energy of the Lord. It is not direct experience of the Lord. It's the energy. So energy of the Lord, if it is sitting in a different plane, that means in a material plane. When the energy of the Lord is sitting in the material plane, what happens? The energy of the Lord through that material plane gives little happiness. That's also energy only. The happiness is coming through energy only. But that energy, the happiness which you are pursuing is a limited happiness. Please understand this. That's why Vyasadeva, he couldn't perceive the happiness because he was dealing with the energy of the Lord. Oh, what do they write in Upanishads and this, that, so many other things? This deal about karma kanda. They deal about the energy of the Lord. They deal about his actions. Energy in the sense in the material plane. So, what is Srimati Durga Devi represents? What does she represent? She represents energy of the Lord, the material energy. So, in one way, Lord Shiva and Mother Durga, they are our parents. In this material world, they are our parents. Because where are we? We belong to where? We don't belong to Goloka now. We belong to Buloka. Now, who are the proprietors of Buloka? They are the proprietors. So, what do they give? They give little happiness. They give such so much happiness that that happiness will not keep us permanently here. Please understand that. They are engineered in such a way that whatever happiness they give us an opportunity to inquire, to get an introspection through that happiness also. It's interesting, right? For example, if the happiness is there in this material plane, if this happiness is full, complete, if the happiness is complete, do you ever come to Krishna consciousness? Nobody will come to Krishna consciousness. Because if the happiness is full, if the husband is behaving like Krishna, that will never happen. I'm just telling. If it is full, full means what? Krishna, na? Purna. Om Purnam Midam Purnam. That will never manifest. Let's suppose husband is behaving like that. Do because he is already is Purna, na? Complete. That's why that Purna is not established here in this material realm, dear devotees. Please understand that is the whole point why the happiness is limited here. This is a core reason. For example, in the desert, you have only little water. You don't get full water in desert. If you want full water, where you have to go? You have to go to the city. Because desert is not the place to get water. Desert is a place of dryness. But you can survive because you'll get little water there. But we are not looking for survival, right? We are looking for happiness. Please understand this. If a sadhaka, if a person wants to survive, he can survive in the material world. Don't we survive? Are we not surviving now? We are surviving. Are we not getting little happiness? We are getting little happiness. But through the little happiness, we are getting a seed of suffering also. Any person in this world, they aspire for happiness, but through that aspiration, through that happiness, what they get seed of suffering also. Please understand this. And nobody wants to know this. Nobody wants to. No, that's why, you know why people are not interested to hear? Because they hear the truth only. Because truth is little difficult to digest. For example, if a person has a disease, will he be able to digest his food? He will not be able to digest the food because he's diseased. First, the disease has to be cured. Then the food will be digested. Exactly. First, the disease which we have that has to be cured. Then we understand these things. Then we understand why Vyasadev he's not happy, and then immediately he's expressing his heart. Oh my dear spiritual master, I'm not happy. मुझे आनंद नहीं मिल रहा है. Vyasadev is telling, and then Narada Muni immediately appeared. Out of nowhere, how is that Narada Muni knowing that? It's a divine arrangement. They know everything. So then Narada Muni said, you do this. So this is one instance which gives a clarity that without Bhagavatam, without Bhagavatas, without our acharyas, there is no happiness in this world. Please understand. If a sadhaka at least comes to this state, that means he did a lot of progress in Krishna consciousness. If the sadhaka is at least is convinced that there is no happiness here, that is great actually, that is a great conviction. That means what he does, if he understands that there is no happiness here, means he will not hanker for happiness in this material world. Please understand this. There's the greatest hope if you actually see. There's a great shelter. If the sadhaka realizes that there is no happiness here, then half of the job is done actually for him. Because no matter what happens, there's so many allurements in this world, he's not affected to that. Please understand this. He's not affected to that. Now, Vyasadeva came with that motive. What is the motive? Just to write Bhagavatam. It is the whole point actually to establish that. Now, Srila Prabhupada came with another motive. Why? To give pure devotional service. That is the only motive. Now, why the motives are different? Yes, it will be different because they're different persons. Na? See, you will think in one way, I will think in another way, somebody else will think in some other way. Now, Krishna wants varieties. Na? In Golaka, do you see every jiva same way? Mother Yashoda is also acting in the same way. Radharani is also acting in the same way. Or Manjari is, or Gopi is, or Brijabash is. They're all acting in the same way. Do you think it will work like that? No. If you see our home, we behave in one way. Children will behave in another way. Parents will behave in another way. Different, na? Variety is there, na? Variety is the mother of invention. See, so many varieties. Are 8,400,000 species. Is this not variety? And in the material world only we see so much varieties actually. Or what to speak of spiritual world and what to speak of personalities who come from the spiritual world to here. If they all carry same thing, what is the variety in that? You see Buddha came, he is also incarnation of the Lord. His intention was totally different. Shankaracharya, he came, his intention is totally different. Lord Shiva, he came, his intention is totally different. Brahmaji, his intention is totally different. That means everyone has their own individual services. And then they are totally different. They are not same, dear devotees. Please understand this. These personalities are not same. They cannot be same actually. Are even Krishna, he doesn't want to be like that. He wants to be different at different places. Please understand this. Now, when he goes to Gopala, he is in a one way. His state is one. When he goes to his mother, his state is one. He's in a fearful state sometimes. So different actions and activities, they mean like this, dear devotees. Please understand. Different activities, they mean different ways. Now Ramanujacharya came, his consciousness is what? His consciousness is to send the jivas to Vaikuntha plane. Please understand. To the Lord in the Vaikuntha. That is his consciousness. That is his state. Now who is he? He is Balramji only. He is Adishesh. Now what is his mode? He is to take personalities to Lord Vishnu. That means every person they come, they have a motto. Why Lord Chaitanya came? His motto is different. See, before Lord Chaitanya came, this truth was not given to everyone actually. This Hare Krishna Mahamantra was not available to everyone. No, that is his causeless mercy. He is giving to everyone, all the jivas. Please understand this. Every person will be different here. Now, how do we understand? Just by seeing our family only. Actually, you can realize entire Bhagavad Gita through just by seeing our family members only. Just by seeing ourselves, we'll understand. That's why for that we need to hear. When we hear and when we actually see outside through that hearing process, that means we should put our lens like this only, dear devotees. We should see through the lens of our acharyas. Please understand this. If you see through the lens of the acharyas, all the questions will get answers to everyone actually. Arjuna did exactly that thing. See, do you see Arjuna creating anything new? No. Do you see Brahmaji? Do you see Brahmaji creating anything new other than what he heard from the Lord? You don't see Brahmaji creating anything new other than what he heard from Krishna. Do you see Ramanujacharya doing anything different what he heard from the Lord? Because he received that personal instruction when he was Anantashesh. Lord personally would come to him and then expresses his concern that this is really concern to me. You please go. You please give this truth. You please share this wisdom so that people are so much, they're suffering so much. Actually, Lord was displeased 1,000 years ago that the society was so much degraded. And then through that displeasing act, he sends Anantashesh as Ramanujacharya. Now, what to speak about now? If 1,000 years ago Lord was displeased, what to speak about now? 1,000 years ago it was good, things were good compared to what we have now. But 1,000 years ago was itself a degraded state. Now, what to speak now? Now they need to send special persons. Now, if you actually see the four sampradayas which we have, do you see all the four sampradayas same? No. Every sampradaya is different. Sri sampradaya is different. Our sampradaya is different. Kumara sampradaya is different. Rudra sampradaya is different. They have different states because different mentalities now. Different bhavas, different consciousness, different way to serve. Everyone is different. Because again, as I said, Lord wants variety. We are discussing since 2, 3 weeks, right? Bhagavad Gita. Do you see Duryodhana and Arjuna same? No, Duryodhana and Arjuna are not same. Duryodhana's consciousness is different. Arjuna says, I want to give it up. Duryodhana says, I want to hold. Arjuna says, I don't want to be enemy. I don't want to show envy. Duryodhana says, I will show envy because he's not good. Arjuna said, oh my dear Lord, I will surrender to you. I will surrender to you. Duryodhana says, no, 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 no. I will not surrender. I am the controller. Don't we see different states, different consciousness, different mentalities? Now, why all of these things are different? Because there in the spiritual world, no two living entities are same. As there is difference. Here also the difference is there, but there the transcendental difference is there. Here it is a perverted difference. It is a perverted reflection. What is material? Urdhvam ulam adho shaka. Krishna tells in Gita, 15th chapter, sloka number 1. Krishna tells, Urdhvam ulam adho shaka. That this world is a reflection of that world. What is that world? That world is a spiritual world. Please understand. That means over there is prema. When it comes here, it becomes kama. Why there is prema? In that prema, it's all selfless. Here, the prema is transformed to kama because it is selfish. Why there is more weightage to karma kanda here? Because of selfishness. Exactly because of the selfishness, the karma kanda is very prominent here. If you see every temple, all the temples are very busy. Why? Because of only of karma kanda. Please understand. What through that karma kanda, what are what are they asking? Their expectation. This is exactly what Vyasdev actually gave in the Vedas. That's why he was repenting. Now today or tomorrow, the people who follow that, they will also repent. For example, today they are not repenting. Today they are getting, but tomorrow they will repent. In this life they might get, next life they will not get. This life they think that they are happy, next life they will not be happy. Because it is a continuous cycle in this material world. That's why Vyasadeva was not satisfied, because he never connected them to Krishna. That's why his heart was not happy. Please understand this. But the mood when Srila Prabhupada came, he immediately said, Sarvadharman Parityajyate, surrender everything. That's it. Mamekam Sharana Aham Sarvapape Mokshayishami Vasudha. I'll give you satisfaction to everything. I'll take care of you. You cannot take care of yourself. I'll take care of you. Krishna is assuring. Ma Sucha, don't worry. I'm there. So this is the reason why all these personalities they come. Why? Because they want to bring the jivas who are there in this world and then connect the jivas to the lotus feet of the Lord. That is the whole point why this parampara system is established. Nobody has understanding. A lot of people will be confused. Are yaar, wo sampradaya mein ye. That people will tell like this people will tell like this. These people will put tilak like this, these people will put tilak like this. Why it is so different? It's a conflict. It looks like a conflict of interest. No, 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 there is no conflict of interest here. Everything is fair here. It all depends on levels of consciousness. Now, one person doesn't want to appreciate the Lord in a personal form. Now, what does he do? He will worship the impersonal form because his consciousness is there only. Just like Duryodhana, he doesn't want to give the property. He wants to have the property. No, that is his consciousness. Just like a conditioned soul, he doesn't want to. One second, 1 second. Hare Krishna. Sorry for that. So, there's a reason for that. Anything you take, they are devotees in this world. Everything, there is a reason and logic. You see a beggar in the street. Why is he going? Why is he going like that? There's a reason. Because he misused it. He misused the independence. Now he's suffering through that state. Today, if we misuse the independence, tomorrow we will suffer like that. Not like beggar. We'll get some other reaction. So what am I trying to perceive? Anything which we do now, we get an action to that. You're doing an action, we get a reaction to that. As simple as that. That's how the creation is continuing here. That's how Brahmaji has created here. That's how Brahmaji created all of us. He kept the principle of karma, he kept this principle, that principle. He's ensuring that all of these things are working on the background. No, nobody understands that how these three modes they impact us so much actually. We don't see that, but it is affecting us. Our modes will change drastically. This is a problem actually here. So much problem going on here in this world. So the best solution is to enhance our consciousness very quickly. Now, when we see the example of Vyasadeva, we need to understand if the people of this world who are following Karmakanda, for example, forget about people following, the person who is actually writing about Karmakanda, he is frustrated. He is not getting happiness. What to speak of personality to follow Karmakanda? Please understand. That means what is the hope for us? Not karma kanda. That means the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra I'll do. Oh, my dear Lord, please give me some good job. No, no, no. Never do chanting for that. Oh, my dear Lord, let me chant Hare Krishna so that you give me good wife. No, no, no. Please, please, please never do chanting of Hare Krishna for that motive. You chant just to please that person. Oh, Krishna, you gave me so much. I'll chant for you. I don't want anything. I have some money. I can survive with that, my dear Lord. I don't want more. Because if you give me more, what I'll do? I might not use it in your service. Because I don't have that consciousness. But when the consciousness develops, oh my dear Lord, you're giving more money. Yes, my dear Lord, I'll use this in your service. Because now what is happening? The Jiva's consciousness is elevating. The Jiva's mentality is elevating. Because what is the mentality in this material world? You know what is about money? Keep, 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 keep. What is that is the mentality, na? And if this mentality is there, what do we teach our children? We teach the same thing to our children. Keep, 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 keep. Now, we need to ask this question. If I do keep, 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 am I happy? Now, Lakshmi Devi should be with the Lord or with us? Please ask this question to the core of the heart. Should the Lakshmi Devi should be with the Lord Narayana? That is what Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport. Lakshmi Devi should stay with the Narayana, not with us. Now, who is telling? It's not some Tom, Dick, and Harry going in the street or a beggar who's telling. A beggar doesn't even have money. That's why he's telling, oh, money should not be there. Because he doesn't have money, na? But the person who is telling is a pure soul. So he is not an ordinary person also. Even material also, his Prabhupada is very elevated. He is a manager of a pharmaceutical company. He himself owns a company. That means a lot of, you know, his devotees, his godbrothers will say, oh, Prabhupada, you are pounds and shillings man. That means you carry a lot of money. Now that person is telling the Lakshmi should be used in the service of the Lord. That means what is happening? Through this, what is Shiva Prabhupada doing? He's telling the materializers which is there, the 10th offense, Prabhupada is cutting that brutally through the consciousness. That's why Shravana is so potent process, dear devotees. If you understand that, perceive that, as is, if you follow that, you'll get so much happiness. Exactly the happiness which Vyasadeva felt when he met his spiritual master. Actually, Vyasadeva was so happy actually. He was jumping, he was joyful the moment the moment he saw Narada Muni. This is a connection, dear devotees, a relationship. You see the relationship in this material world. What is the base of the relationship in the material world? Oh, if you have good money, then I'll marry you. I'm an engineer. My husband should also be an engineer. I'm a doctor. My husband should also be a doctor. What is the plan? How are you calculating? You're calculating through material give and take. Now, if I feel that I'm an engineer, will I ever serve my husband? No. Now the wife will tell, you know what? This is my balance, this is your balance. This is my state, this is your state. I don't want to interfere. You don't want to interfere in my state, I will not interfere in your state. What is this mentality? Is this mentality a good mentality? This is not a good mentality. This is bad mentality. This is the mentality of this material world. Uddham Ulam Madhusaka. But if you see in the spiritual realm, there also husband wife is there. But the both. I'm not talking about spiritual world. I'm talking about spiritual realm. In this material world only. Devotees who really take the science to the core of the heart, that I am also Amsha, you are also Amsha. Ameva Amsha Jivaloke. You are one Amsha of the Lord, I am also one Amsha of the Lord. You are different, I am different. You are individual, I am individual. But both of us, we have a common factor. We are connected to my one master. We have a spiritual master, we have the supreme master. We are connected to them. That means what do we do? Should we gratify ourselves each other? No, 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 no. We should serve each other. The moment this service factor comes between both husband and wife, oh, that family will be joyful. If there is a problem, if there is a problem with the, with the wife, or if there is a problem with the husband, the other person will come one step down. Now, what are we doing? We are not trying to figure out whose problem, whose mistake. For example, I'll tell something. There is malaria. If there is malaria comes through what? Through bit of a mosquito, right? You get malaria and mosquito bites, right? Now, do you figure out which mosquito is that, from where it came, which colony it belongs to, which area it is coming from? Is it Telangana malaria, or is it Telangana mosquito, or is it Andhra mosquito? Is it Tamil Nadu mosquito, or is it South India mosquito? Which mosquito? Is it a Bengali mosquito? Do we try to figure out that? No, no, we don't figure out that. What do we do? We try to cure the disease. We don't figure out that. We just try to cure the disease. What is the disease? Disease of materialism. The disease of materialism should be cured. Now, why the disease of materialism should be cured? We see the examples. Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra. Are they happy? No, they're not happy, but they're materially strong, materially strong. That doesn't matter. Do you see personalities, big, big persons, uh, President of America, or so many people, big, big personalities, big, big people, are they happy? No, they're not happy. They have money, but they're not happy. You remember last year, right? Last year, that person, a CEO of a health insurance company, he died. He used to live in New York. He died. He suicided himself. Why? Because he was frustrated. He has so much money now. A CEO of a company means he will have so much money. Why is he not happy? So we see this example. We see the live practical examples. We see Duryodhana is not happy. Why? He's in a fearful state. Why? These are the actions which we need to perceive. Now here, Bhishmadev, he has blown the conch shell. For what? Not that he will be victorious. He knows that he will lose. He knows everything. He just want to please that person, that small, his relative, just to satisfy that person. He knows everything. Yet what if a person is actually looking, I always think about this. If you see a lot of people in this world, they try to expand, expand, expand. I talk to my friends, relatives sometimes. They work so hard. One of my relative, he works very hard. He perfectly takes care of his children. He wants to do everything nicely to them. He works so hard. He runs behind so many things. He works for Bank of America in India. He's a very busy man. He's a big home. Continuously, I have to maintain that home. So he does so many things. But when I ask him, "Are you happy?" He never said to me that he's happy. Then why is he doing? No idea. They're just doing. What is, if you actually see, the environment is actually impacting us a lot. Please understand. The environment in which we are, everyone will say, "Oh, this, we have to do this, we have to do this." Okay, let's do it. Everyone is doing, I will also do this. What is happening? The environment in which we are, that is impacting us a lot actually. We don't realize that, but that is technically impacting us so much. Everyone says that you should have a big home. Let us have a big home. Everyone says that you should send your child there. Let us send our child there. Everyone says that he should do this. He should become this person. Now AI is great. He should become AI engineer. This engineer, that engineer. Big, big persons. Everyone is dealing or going of how this society is working. Duryodhana was also inspired in that way only. Because he wants to be that person. So these details, when we actually think about it, it keeps us in a fearful state, dear devotees. Please understand this. It's a complacent, "Arey, what's happening here? Everyone is running behind so many things of this world. Is that giving satisfaction to the heart? No. Big personalities are not satisfied. Arjuna was not satisfied. Please understand. No, Arjuna is in a complete selfless state. It's not like Arjuna speaking on a selfish state. No, no, no. He's completely selfless. No doubt it's an arrangement of the Lord, but the Lord is showing us or teaching us a lesson that even that selflessness, removing me, will not give satisfaction to you. What to speak of? What to speak of people who are selfish? Please understand this. That's why today we spend more time on the internet rather than with our family. It was so sad actually. So much internet time, this time, that time. It's killing the one's consciousness. So much anxiety, so many things going on. The moment you see, you are impacted to that. But if you don't see, the moment you think about that, you're affected. If you don't think about that, Mother Sita, Ravana on one side is telling continuously, I will kill you if you don't marry me. I will eat you as a breakfast. What is she doing? She's absorbed in the glories of the Lord Ramchandra. She's not absorbed what he's telling. Or she's not thinking of what's going to happen to me. Where is she absorbed? Her absorption is somewhere else. That means she can be affected to that. She cannot be affected to us to that also. Now, what is the difference of being affected or not being affected? When we think about that, we will be affected to that. We don't think about that, and then when we think about higher things, this is how the mind has to be trained. Why fear comes? You think about something which is causing anxiety to your heart. Kamsa was fearful. Why? Why was he fearful? He was continuously thinking about the Lord in a negative way. No, Lord, Brajavasis were also thinking about the Lord. Were they fearful? They're not fearful. Their devotion towards the Lord is increasing. Pure devotees, Srila Prabhupada continuously thinks about the Lord. Or spiritual master, they also continuously think about the Lord. But they are not in a state of anxiety. They are very happy. They're very joyful. How? Because their consciousness is not in this plane, their consciousness is in some other plane. Please understand this. Why is Duryodhana fearful? Duryodhana is fearful of this state because he's thinking about this. He's thinking on a material plane. There is no Krishna in that. Krishna's energy it is. And that energy will actually fool us in this material world. Yeah, how illusion, how is that we'll be in illusion? When we begin thinking on this material plane, we'll be in illusion. Now you can say that is also energy of the Lord. Yes, yes, that is an energy, that is an energy of the Lord. But that energy, what is the purpose of that energy? Is to cover up Krishna. To cover up Krishna means we should be in illusion. Na? For example, if a child is sleeping, he will not understand what's happening outside. The child is awake, he will understand what's happening outside. This is exactly what is happening to us. The material nature is putting us to sleep. That's why Duryodhana never understood the presence of the Lord because he was kept in that sleeping condition, which is our unnatural dormant state in this material world. That's not naturally what is. That's our unnatural state. Samsaradava nalalidaloka tranaya karunya gana gana. Our acharyas, our spiritual master, what do they do? They dissipate, they remove that illusory state. This material world is what? Dhavagni. It's a forest fire, continuously burning. Aren't we burning in this world? Who agree? Who agrees to this? We are burning in this world. We're burning actually. It's important to realize that. If a Salaka realizes that he's burning, he will not go to Malaysia. He'll not go to what is close to your Tampa, West Indies, Caribbean islands. He'll not go there. He's understanding, "Arey, this is Dhavagni. What do I do by going there? For example, if I'm seeing the water in the Caribbean islands might be green, might be blue. What do you get? Do you get an inspiration to stay in that place? And Krishna will give us a body of a fish and we'll be born in Caribbean islands and then happily enjoying in the waters. Because that's the desire of the Jiva. Now Jiva is thinking, oh wow, this is beautiful water. This is blue sky, blue water. So beautiful reflection. The water is reflected. Now the water is blue. This is a clear water in Tampa, close to Tampa. That's also blue. I see people coming from East Coast, top of the East Coast to Tampa. Why? Because they want to see that blue water. They want to get happiness. Now, Krishna gives that happiness because he's a merciful father. Na? See, even the Jiva doesn't want Krishna, but Krishna gives it happiness. What kind of father he is? Dear devotees, please understand. Please think about that kind of father. Where we are from our side, we don't want to take that association. We don't want to take his shelter, but still he's giving that happiness. And Prabhupada says, Are we have this kind of a father. Why should we miss him? We should catch hold of him strictly by Manmanabha Madhubhakto Madhyajimam Namaskuro. Beautiful. This is what we need to aspire in this world. Yesterday, a devotee was asking, we were at the farm and then we were discussing, what do we do in the farm? Discuss, Krishna Katha, share each other, share our heart. That is the whole point of coming together. This devotee was asking a good question. So, how do we come to the state of self-realization? Because we are in this material. We are working as per the instructions of the spiritual master. So, how do we realize that we are not this body but a powerful spirit? So, not just that, and then we progress towards that pure devotional service. How do we do that? Do we have different steps? Do we have different stages? How do we actually understand that we are making progress? It's an interesting question. How the jiva will realize that he's actually guiding and then moving in the right direction. I said, Prabhu, when you see a devotee, if your heart is happy, that is a good sign that you're progressing. When you see a devotee, you're not putting him down, that is a good sign of progress. When you see a devotee, you do not have any envy or envious feelings towards that person, and you're staying in the mood of servant of the servant, Prabhu, that is a good sign. Now, another question will come, dear devotees. Why we feel envious about the other devotees? Because we don't see them through the relationship with the Lord and the Acharyas. Please understand that. We don't see them as Mamayavamsa Jivaloke, Jivabhuta Sanatana. See, a person might have some problems. That's okay. Don't we have problems? If that person is also seeing with the same lens in which we are seeing, don't we feel affected? Don't we feel impacted through that? We feel impacted, right? You feel dejected, right? Is it so? Yes. So it's a very clear indication we should have that good state of consciousness. And then what are the different stages for a person of making advancement? The first stage is Shraddha. Shraddha Shabde Vishwashe Dhrudha Nishya. Krishna Bhakti Kare Sarva Karma Krito Hai. The first stage. Shraddha means what? Oh, these personalities are great. They will teach me great. Let me take their association. That little Shraddha, when it is there, then we take the sadhu sangha. Then through the sadhu sangha, bhajana kriya will come. Bhajana kriya comes when we come to the state of varana. That means we accept the truth as is. Just like Srila Prabhupada told us, right? One should accept the truth just like how Arjuna accepted. The progress of a person, the progress in Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the follower. That means if our attitude is correct, what would be the right state? Our consciousness will be in a perfectly aligned state if our attitude is right. If our attitude is right means we come to the plane of Advaita. We will be non-envious. Not just to devotees, to every living entity. For example, if a person has committed some heinous acts to us and he kept us down, that's okay. Still we need to understand this is a naughty child, but still is a child of the Lord. We might be staying far with him, but we never be envious with him. He's a naughty child. You understand? He's just a child, he's a naughty child. But we will never be offensive to him. It's important, na? Because Krishna is okay even if you do not go to Mangalarti one day. He's okay. But Krishna is not okay if you're envious, going to Mangalarti every day. Enviousness comes through pride. Indra was envious towards Vrijavasis. That's why through that enmity he wanted to wipe off the entire Vrindavan. Why? Because they did not satisfy his desire. That means through pride he was accepting all of those things. When those desires, when those acceptance, when those doing of things is stopped, he became furious, outrage. He was envious. This is a problem in this world. Please understand. If you owe to somebody anything, please just give it to them right away. Don't keep it with us. Don't keep it with us. Give it to them. They though, do not keep with us. Do not hold other person's property. Do not keep it. That doesn't belong to us. If you keep it, you have to suffer later. Because the father has to teach a lesson now. That's also in the loving way only. It is not in a harsh way. Please understand. The Lord is not teaching a lesson in a harsh way. It's in a loving way only. Now, Duryodhana didn't listen for so many times. Later on, he's been taught through a hard lesson of really having a battle. And then through that battle, his entire dynasty is gone. His everything is gone. His body itself, his life itself is taken away. Why? Because he cultivated that inimical feelings towards Bhima and Pandavas. And the inimical feelings didn't manifest just like that. It manifested through a lot of contemplations in the heart. Please understand. Anything which is happening in this world, it will not happen just like that. It goes through a lot of contemplations in the heart. Please understand that. For example, I'll tell you something. For example, if a person comes and speaks heavy to you left and right, you're this, you're that, you're not good, you're always like this, and so many years you're like this, you never change, you never just you're using heavy words. Please understand those words didn't came all of a sudden. That person is thinking about us in so many ways, different times, and then finally speaking now. Likewise, exactly, Duryodhana The inimical feelings towards Pandavas didn't manifest just like that. It manifested through taking their association. The moment he began taking their association, he's seeing their good qualities. Bhima has a lot of strength. Arjuna has a lot of good qualities. He's very kind, gentle-hearted. Duryodhana cannot digest that. And then slowly, slowly, that seeds which he cultivated when he was a child, he raised. He became an adult. Just like he became an adult, the the unwanted things which were there in the heart, they also grow. The inimical feelings towards Pandavas. They grow to such an extent that he wanted to kill him. And then not thinking, and then convincing that by killing them, that is good for the society. Please understand. That means how is it manifesting? Did that came all of a sudden? No, no, no. It's a continuous thought process. Dude, what is negative, positive, it doesn't matter. Everything has to go through continuous consciousness. Consciousness evaluation, through that consciousness evaluation only it is manifesting like that. Now the wife or the husband will say, I don't like you. It didn't come just through that one day, dear devotees, or through that one word, through that years of staying together. And then she is actually, or he is actually thinking about her continuously on that negative. He never expressed. That finally he says, I don't like you anymore. So these things are very clear, practical examples. Dear devotees, on this side, if it is like this, if you think about the Lord and the Acharyas, keeping all of things kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsara aside, and then think about them, think about their glories, you know how much deeper consciousness you'll be establishing in your heart. And then not just that, in various situations and scenarios, you know how much protected you'll be. Even if a person is envious to you, you'll be very happy seeing them. Don't you want to develop that kind of consciousness? Pandavas have that kind of consciousness. Prabhupada has that kind of consciousness. Pure devotees have that kind of consciousness. We should also develop that kind of consciousness as a service to them. Because if we develop that kind of consciousness, we can do good service to them. Let's say if a person is inimical, and then you are actually in your heart and heart, you are praying for them. Krishna will be so pleased with you. I'll write it down. You are praying to that person. Oh, my dear Lord, please allow me not to do any offenses to him. Please give him good conscience. My dear Lord, I am a fool. I don't know, but I'm just praying to you. Please help this person. Oh, Krishna will be very pleased. Other person, if you pray for others, you will actually realize presence of Krishna. Hey, Krishna is a father. They devotees, this is the difference between Krishna consciousness and Karma Kanda. What is Karma Kanda? They pray for themselves. What is Krishna consciousness? You pray for the well-being. Yesterday, I was praying for the well-being of the community. I was very happy. I felt so happy. Because I felt, oh, my dear Lord, I might not do any service to them. I think this is the best service. Oh Lord, nourishing the please protect this community. Please see that all the devotees are together. Please see that they all serve each other. Please see that they all be in the mood of servant of the servant. So that small service which is done, it gives so much satisfaction to the heart. Not just that, the inimical qualities will be crushed actually. Because dear, what is praying for others? What is that? It's a great anticipation. It's a great action which makes us closer to, which sends us closer to the Acharya, sends us closer to the spiritual master. And then through that, we will not find faults with them. Rather, we'll see good in them. We'll appreciate them. And through our presence, they will feel better because their heart is not envious towards them. Dear devotee, I'll tell something. Inside in the heart, there is envy, and then externally, you're glorifying that person. But The person, even if you glorify, the person will not feel inspired. For example, if a person, that person is also like that only. Inside he is envious, outside he is also glorified. Then both these personalities they will be happy together, vice versa. This person will be happy, that person will also be happy. Because that happiness is an illusory state. So material nature will keep both of them aside. Please understand. But if the other person is very genuine person, and if you're speaking, if you're having inimical feelings in the heart, you're speaking nice words externally, and it will not give that satisfaction to that person. He will not feel inspired. He will be happy because he's already Atmaram. He's already in that state. So it's very important. We should understand. So prayerful mode. You see, Arjuna is continuously praying actually. All chapter 1 is expressing his heart. Oh, my dear Lord, I can't do this. This is honesty. This is chastity towards the world, towards his friend. No, he's speaking with Krishna as a friend only. Later on, through that surrender, he says, my dear Lord, I can't do this anymore. No, I'm your servant. No longer, I'm your disciple. You're my master. You tell me. Disciple means whatever master tells, disciple will be ready to do. Kim kara. Kim kara means whatever you shall do. Kim kara is a state of consciousness of Yamadutas. Yamaraj says, Kim kara, you just do it. Yamaraj says, you just go here. There's Jiva, bring him. And then Kim kara, he says Kim kara, and then they go. They bring the Jiva. Hare Krishna. When they saw Vishnu Dutas, they don't know who these Vishnu Dutas are. They think that Yamaraj is everything for them. Actually, Yamaraj is everything for them, technically. The moment they see this personality, they say that, oh, somebody is chanting, you shouldn't touch. What is this chanting? That means they don't go to those personalities who are devotees, actually. Please understand here. Because it's a very clear indication. Yeah, Vishnu Yamadutas, they don't go to the persons who are devotees. This Neslago, who is actually being absorbed in Bhagavatam and then chanting holy names of the Lord, they don't go there. That means now they are seeing or going to that particular place where he has to take that person because it's very sinful, Ajamil. But that Ajamil chanted the names of Narayana, that final moment. Because until that point of time, he did not do. He was supposed to be taken to the hellish planets, but Vishnu Dutas came and then they stopped. No, they don't know that who these Vishnu Dutas are. They were thinking that Yamaraj is everything for them. Because they are very powerful, they cannot take him. Then this is what they say. Oh, my dear Lord, we went there to bring him, but we couldn't. Then he will tell, oh, we saw these personalities. Then at that moment, Yamaraj says, no, never touch devotees. No, we should become devotees. Oh, I am not a devotee. Yamaraj will come. Yamdutas will come. Should become devotee. Should aspire for that state. Not that Yamaraj will come or Yamdutas will come, not that he'll go to hellish planets, not that I'll go to Goloka. For that reason, we should not become a devotee. We should become a devotee to please our acharyas. Or Prabhupada told to be like this. My spiritual master told me to be like this. I want to be like that for him, for them. This is devotion actually. Hai tuki apriyata, irrespective of the situation, time, place, circumstance, I'll do it for them. That's what Arjuna did now. Did Arjuna fought for Duryodhana? Or did Arjuna fought for Krishna? Fought for Krishna. This Arjuna is surrendering to Duryodhana or is surrendering to Krishna? Is surrendering to Krishna. This is devotion. Hare Krishna. I'll, I'll stop here. The Lord is blowing the conch shells now. So Krishna, Arjuna, they're blowing the beautiful conch shells. So it's a so the next sloka is he'll blow the conch shell. And then after a couple of slokas, that is where Arjuna will begin to open his heart. And the revelation next to 10-15 slokas, revelations in the heart. And then later on at the end of the chapter, Arjuna says, "Oh, my dear Lord, I'm dejected. एवं मुक्तासुरर्जुनं संख्या रतोपस्था उपाविशत् विसृज्य सहस्रं चापं शोको संविघ्नमानसः." Sanjaya said, Arjuna, having thus spoken on the battlefield, cast aside his bow and arrow and sat down on the chariot, his mind overwhelmed with grief. This is a conclusion in chapter 1. That means up until that point of time, he speaks different scenarios, different cases. He's a very intelligent person. That person's heart is not accepting. The heart should not accept anything, dear Lord, other than Krishna consciousness. If we hear sincerely, your heart will not accept for anything else. If somebody is offering you some sense gratification, you will not go for that. You'll outrightly reject it. You'll be brutal to that. Shravana Shakti. When you do continuous Shravana, that will come. Outrightly you'll reject it. To develop this consciousness. Now, through that grief, Arjuna then speaks further in chapter 2. Then Krishna beautifully, after that process of that, after that principle of surrender, then Arjuna's heart is opened up. Hare Krishna. Anyone would like to add anything? Like to share questions? Amma, is that okay? Your question is addressed. Hare Krishna. Nice.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhu, thank you so very much for beautifully explaining, Prabhu. So just a quick summary on what I understood. So all these great personalities or souls, they are coming from Krishna. They are all coming from Krishna, like us. All sends few souls, and few of them, like me, actually want to explore what is it in material world. So all these personal souls, they have the same consciousness as Krishna, but they are put in a particular scenario where mm, they're given some task or so forth to fulfill Krishna's desire. So with their lifestyle, um, with their activity on fulfilling Lord's desire, they teach us a lot. So indirectly, Krishna is sending them for me to learn through their path, through their journey, and through Guru, we realize uh, that this is all Krishna's arrangement. He's so merciful. He's sending many giving examples on how to lead life, on how to go back home, back to him, to how to serve him, because that's the true natural position, nature of the soul, right, bro? So all of these souls personalities are actually sent by Krishna. So that's a quick summary, bro, but you have explained it very beautifully. So Vyas Bhagavan, highlighting on Vyas Bhagavan's journey, he himself is not satisfied. How come we would be satisfied if we go with the karma kanda philosophies, what is there in Veda? So we have to learn from them, as Guru is explaining on how to see his journey, Vyas Bhagavan's journey. So we should understand and follow what's the best, what's the easiest and best, as Mahaprabhu is giving us. So that's a quick, Prabhu. Please correct me. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thanks. Thank you. Anyone else would like to add anything? Otherwise, we'll stop it here. Okay, thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you. If I spoke anything wrong, please excuse me. Hare Krishna.